like this. I want something just like this. I want something just like this.
Do you remember the 21st night of September? Love was changing the minds of pretenders while chasing the clouds away. Our hearts were ringing in the key that our souls were singing as we danced in the night. Remember how the stars stole the night away. Oh, say do you remember? Oh, dancing in September. Oh, never was a cloudy day. My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart to see you. Only blue talking love. Remember how we knew love was here to stay. Now December, from the love we shared in September, only blue talking love. Remember the true love we shared today. Oh, say do you remember? Oh, dancing in September. Oh, never was a cloudy day. The bell was ringing and our souls were singing. Do you remember? Never a cloudy day. Oh, say do you remember? Oh, dancing in September. Oh, never was a cloudy day.
If I should die before I wake, it's 'cause you took my breath away. Losing you is like living in a world with no air. I'm here alone, didn't wanna leave. My heart won't move, it's incomplete. Is there another way I can make you understand? But how do you expect me to live alone with just me? 'Cause my world revolves around you. It's so hard for me to breathe. Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe with no air. Can't live, can't breathe with no air. It's how I feel whenever you ain't there. It's no air, no air. Got me out here in the water so deep. Tell me how you're gonna be without me. If you ain't here, I just can't breathe. No air, no air. I jumped, I flew right off the ground to float to you. There's no gravity to hold me down. Somehow I'm still alive inside. Took my breath, I survived. I don't know how, but I don't even care. So how do you expect me to live alone with just me? 'Cause my world revolves around you. It's so hard for me to breathe. Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe with no air. Can't live, can't breathe with no air. It's how I feel whenever you ain't there. It's no air, no air. Got me out here in the water so deep. Tell me how you gonna be without me. If you ain't here, I just can't breathe. No air, no air. No air, no air.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, waiting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under screams, but no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's still a chance for you? 'Cause there's a spark in you. You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just hold the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come and show 'em why you worth. Make 'em go as you shoot across the sky. You don't have to feel like a waste of space. You're original, cannot be replaced. If you only knew what the future holds. After a hurricane comes a rainbow. Maybe a reason why all the doors are closed, so you could open one that leads you to the perfect road. Like a lightning bolt, your heart will glow, and when it's time you'll know. You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just hold the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come and show 'em why you worth. Make 'em go as you shoot across the sky. Boom, 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 even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. It's always been inside of you. Now it's time to let it through. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come and show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go as you shoot across the sky. From walking home and talking loads to seeing shows in evening clothes with you. of his touch and getting drunk, to staying up and waking up with you. But now we're sleeping at the edge, holding something we don't need. All this delusion in our heads is gonna bring us to our knees. So come on, let it go, just let it be. Why don't you be you, and I'll be me, and I'll be me. From throwing clothes across the floor to teeth and claws and slamming toys at you. If this is all we're living for, why are we doing it anymore? I used to recognize myself. It's funny how reflections change. When we're becoming something else, I think it's time to walk away. So come on, let it go, just let it be. Why don't you be you, and I'll be me. And everything that's broke, leave it to the breeze. Why don't you be you, and I'll be me. Trying to fit your hand inside of mine when we know it just don't belong. There's no force on earth can make me feel right, no, no. Trying to push this problem up a hill when it's just too heavy to hold. Things now the time to let it slide. So come on, let it go, just let it be. Why don't you be you, and I'll be me. And everything is broke, leave it to the breeze. Why don't you be you, and I'll be me, and I'll be me.
Got my first real six string, bought it at the 5 and dime. Played it till my fingers bled. Was the summer of '69. Me and some guys from school had a band and we tried real hard. Jimmy quit, Jody got married. Should've known we'd never get far.
Oh, but when I look back now, that summer seemed to last forever. And if I had the choice, yeah, I'd always wanna be there. Those were the best days of my life. Back in the summer,
ain't no use in complaining when you got a job to do. I spend my evenings down at the drive-in, and that's when I met you, yeah.
standing on your mama's porch, you told me that you'd wait forever. Oh, and when you held my hand, I knew that it was now or never. Those were the best days of my life. Oh yeah, back in the summer of '69. Oh yeah.
times are changing. Forget everything that's come and gone. Sometimes when I play that old six string, I think about you and what went wrong. Standing on your mama's porch, you told me that it lasts forever.
Oh, when you held my hand, I knew that it was now or never. Those were the best days of my life. Oh yeah, back in the summer of '69. Oh yeah. You're the light, you're the night, you're the color of my blood. You're the cure, you're the pain, you're the only thing I wanna touch. Never knew that it could mean so much, so much. You're the fear, I don't care, 'cause I've never been so high. Follow me through the dark, let me take you past our satellites. You can see the world you brought to life, to life. So love me like you do, la la, love me like you do. Love me like you do, la la, love me like you do. Touch me like you do, touch me like you do. What are you waiting for? Fading in, fading out, on the edge of paradise. Every inch of your skin is the holy grail I've gotta find. Only you can set my heart on fire, on fire. Yeah, I'll let you set the pace, 'cause I'm not thinking straight. My head's spinning around, I can't see clear no more. What are you waiting for? Love me like you do, la la, love me like you do. Love me like you do, la la, love me like you do. Touch me like you do, touch me like you do. What are you waiting for? Love me like you do, la la, love me like you do. Love me like you do, la la, love me like you do. Touch me like you do, touch me like you do. What are you waiting for? Oh, what are you waiting for?
My mama called, seen you on TV, son said it all changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I wouldn't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate and say we changed, and look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. They was never friendly, yeah. Now I'm jumping out the Bentley, yeah. And I know I sound dramatic, yeah, but I know I had to have it, yeah. For the money, I'm a savage, yeah. I be itching like an addict, yeah. I'm surrounded 20 badness, yeah, but they didn't know me last year, yeah. Everyone wanna act like they important, but all that mean nothing when I saw my door, yeah. Everyone counting on me, drop the ball, yeah. Everything custom like I'm at the border, yeah, yeah. If you mess with winning, put your lighters to the sky. How could I make sense when I got millions on my mind? Coming with that act, I just put it to the side. Ballin' since a baby, they could see it in my eyes. My mama called, seen you on TV. Son said it all changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I wouldn't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate and say we changed, and look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. I was patient. I was patient. I can scream that we made it. Everyone, everywhere I go, they say congratulations. Young hitter, graduate. I pick up the rock and I ball, baby. I'm looking for someone to call, baby. But right now, got a situation. Nothing old, Ben Franklin. Big rings, champagne. My life is like a ball game. But instead I'm in the trap though. Pot so big, call it Super Bowl. Super Bowl, call the show. Get in the rows. Top floor lifestyle. Huncho and Post. Malone. I gotta play on my phone, eh. You know what I'm on, eh. Huncho Houdini is gone, eh. My mama called, seen you on TV. Son said it all changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I wouldn't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate and say we changed, and look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
Hey little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go away, leave you all alone? No, no, got a bad desire. Oh, I'm on fire. Tell me, little darling, is it good to you? Can it do all the things that I could do? Oh no, I could take you high. I'm on fire. It's like someone took a knife, very edgy and dull, cut a 6-inch valley through the middle of my soul. At night I lie awake with the sheets soaking wet and a freight train running through the middle of my head. Only you, cool mind as I. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. It's like someone took a knife, baby, edgy and dull. Got a 6-inch fella through the middle of my soul. At night I lie awake with the sheets soaking wet and a freight train running through the middle of my head. Only you, cool mind as I. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh, I'm on fire. Well, I'm on fire. Well, I'm on fire. Well, I'm on fire now. Well, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on I'm on fire. Ooh, I'm on fire.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You're saying it's hopeless, that I should hope less. Heaven can help us, but maybe she might. You say it's beyond us. What is beyond us? Let's see and decide.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair. Send in the clouds. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? One who keeps tearing around, one who can't move. Where are the clouds? Send in the clouds. Just when I stopped opening doors, finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours, making my engines again with my usual flair, sure of my lines, no one is there. Don't you love us? My fault, I fear. I thought that you'd want what I want. Sorry, my dear. But where are the clouds? There ought to be clouds. Quick, send in the clouds. What a surprise! Who could foresee? I've come to feel about you what you felt about me. I only know when I see that you've drifted away. What a surprise! What a cliche! Isn't it rich?
Welcome everyone to this special occasion, the celebration of the life of Miriam Griffiths, better known to Peter and friends as Mim, to daughters Vicky and Sharon, as mum, to the grandchildren Camden, Dallas, Vienna and Isaac as mama, and to big sister, to the little brother John, also known as Mim, and one or two other names that John's not too willing to tell us about these days. My name is Danny Crothers. My wife Jo is Mim's cousin. Jo's father, Jack Miley, and Mim's mother, Ruth, were brother and sister. My other claim to fame is that I have known Mim since 1953, since she came into my grade 6 class at Winalea Primary School. 69 years, the last 48 of which Jo and I have been in constant contact with Mim and the family since we moved to the Northwest Coast in 1974. And it was in 1974 that Mim made the outrageous claim that she had beaten me in grade 6 at Winalea Primary School. I thought, what? Me, a Winalea boy, beaten by a girl from Herrick? Can't possibly be, but Mim had the proof. She said that her name was top of the list in the honour board at the Winalea Primary School. And then Peter gently and courageously pointed out that maybe she was top of the list because her name at the time was Miriam Atkinson, and alphabetical order may have had something to do with it. No way, said Mim. She was sticking to her guns. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an example of the fact of something we know about Mim, that she was a woman of very decided views. So it's not surprising that she planned her funeral, and she made two demands. One, no long speeches, and number two, it had to be fun, more laughs than tears. Unfortunately, it's very hard to stick to the first instruction and the second one at the same time, so we've had to come up with a cunning scheme. So what we'll do is make the speeches into sections with interludes of entertainment in between. So, first section. Miriam Ruth was born in Hobart to Roy and Ruth Atkinson on 18th of November 1841. Yes, exactly 81 years ago today. They lived on the banks of the Derwent at Montrose, where Roy was stationed as a railway guard. Roy was transferred to Herrick on the far end of the northeastern line, and he shared the guard duties with my Uncle Max. And that's when Mim would catch the school bus to Windermere Primary. The next move was to Stanley, briefly, and then the last move for Roy was to Smithton. And it was at Smithton that Mim was walking home from work one day when a couple of the local lads cruised up and offered her a lift home. She accepted and found herself on the back seat next to a young bloke called Duke. Duke and Mim were married 5 years later. A long 5 years, because Roy didn't believe that Mim should be married before she was 21. The wedding was on the 2nd of March 1963, so very close to 60 years ago. Mind you, it nearly didn't happen. Peter drove up to the Atkinson house with Mim one day. He left her in the car while he went inside to ask Roy if he could marry his daughter. An hour later, he was still in there. Mim reckoned if he'd been any longer, she'd have driven off. And that was before she'd learned how to drive. Turns out the request was readily granted, and the rest of the time inside was spent with Roy and Peter chin-wagging. But Mim had already delivered an ultimatum. Marry me now, or I'm off to New Zealand. Peter didn't stand a chance. So, not a shotgun wedding, rather a matter of Peter getting the word from a pistol-packing mama. Now we come to the first interlude. We have black and white photos from the old days, accompanied by Fleetwood Mac's Albatross, which, like all the music you'll hear, was chosen by Mim. Now I'll invite Sharon to come forward, and Sharon's going to read a poem she wrote for Mim and Peter's 50th anniversary in 2013.
Thanks, Danny. Thank you. And as Danny said, Mum planned everything for today, and she did, to put it into context, she did want me to read this poem that I wrote nearly for 10 years ago, nearly. So here goes. Wow, half a century has just flown by. What an achievement, a milestone, I hear you cry. Something to be celebrated, that's for sure. Even those who make 50 in cricket get, whoa, what a score. So many stories of times gone by to adore, starting with the courting. Now there's something to explore. So just how did Dad sweep Mum off her feet? I'm told there was quite a bit of time spent in the boat fishing and wishing perhaps. How sweet. For Dad in his younger years, some of you may have known him as Duke, and that in his prime, one of his famous moves was toilet hugging for a puke. And as for Mum, wow, what a looker, and to top it off, boy, what a cooker. Check her out in those gorgeous specs. It's no wonder Duke had to fight off the many threats. As for childhood memories, one that I'll always cherish is all the family packed into the car heading to Sisters Beach for our weekends to relish. When I say all the family, I'm really not joking. With the budgie, rabbit, duck, poodle and bantams, we were the Griffiths hillbillies, there's no sugarcoating. And well, Mum and Dad, there really is truth in the rumour that over time, one thing that hasn't changed is your great sense of humour. Through thick and thin, you've made it through, and what a fine couple are, we can claim it. As we, your family and friends, gather here today to wish you all the very best for now and always. Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon. Joe's brother Rob emailed us a few days ago from his home in northern New South Wales, describing Mim as a bubbly lady with a huge heart. It's true that Mim was much concerned with other people's welfare. She only had to hear one had a sniffle, and she'd be checking up every day to make sure no catastrophe had occurred. Even in her final days, she was still thinking of others. As for that sense of humour and her mischievous nature, Mim had plenty of fun during the 13 years that she worked at the Agricultural Department in Smithton. The staff were always playing tricks on each other, and of course Mim was a ringleader. Just time to mention a couple. There was a day Mim took a worker's gumboot and nailed it to the floor. Wasn't that fun, watching him trying to put it on? Then there was the poor bloke who always changed in and out of his work gear at the department. Guess who sewed up his trousers leg? Mind you, Min was also on the receiving end. She came home to Peter one day with her hair wet. The boys had scruffed her and ducked her under a tap. But Mim could take it as well as give it. There are many more stories to be told about Mim's sense of fun, but time now for the next interlude. I'll ask Vicky to come forward.
Thanks, Danny. Your sense of humour shone through, hearing many stories of your practical jokes. I saw that in your last few weeks, and you even had us laughing then. I remember more pranks at the shack at Sisters Beach. The time when you scared me and my friends from banging on the window on my 13th birthday while we were having like a sleepover, and it was telling ghost stories with sheet and torch underneath us that had us screaming hysterically. I think both Mum and Dad were involved in that one. And then banging pots early in the morning outside the boys' tent next door because they'd been partying all night and kept us awake. but they thought they'd get it back on us and wrap up our backyard in toilet paper, including our car. But Mum, she didn't want to let them have the upper hand, so she was out there giggling in the early hours of the morning, collecting it all to make sure that they didn't know what had happened. And then my mum wrapped up the toilet paper and put a bow on it and sent it to my early boyfriend, Mark's work, because he was the culprit, for Valentine's Day. And he opened it up in front of all his friends that came out to see a whole lot of toilet paper. So, and then I remember like Mum's motherly instincts. So there was a time when Sharon and I were really into baseball, and we were down the beach playing with the boys next door, when two guys on a motorbike came up, tearing up our pitch and terrorising us kids. We weren't sure what to do. Next thing, my mum appeared with a rolling pin on the bank, scared them off, and yeah, so off they headed, and yeah. So it's those things also, you know, that I just was so. She taught us a great sense of justice, and I remember. The real estate agent saying, "I've never met a tougher broad than Mrs. G." So yeah, I want to thank Mum and Dad for all the beautiful memories that we've got at Sisters Beach, and for giving us a good sense of humour and yeah, being our mum. Happy birthday, Miriam.
Thanks, Vicky. Now we'll have some more photos accompanied by Izzy with a medley of Over the Rainbow and What a Wonderful World.
Clouds of white and the brightness of day. I I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking and singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. And the dream that you dare to, why, oh why can't
When Joe and I moved to the northwest coast in 1974, we soon reconnected with Mim and Peter, saw the girls grow up and then the grandchildren, so this is the 49th year of our close friendship. We remember with affection the card games we played, crib, with the men occasionally allowing the women to win. Or was it the other way around? Yeah, well, probably didn't matter. Winning and losing didn't concern us at all. We played for fun. And Mim showed a sharp mind with a keen counting ability. An example, what did you get? 2? And what did you get? Nothing. Lucky to get that many. And when we bought our bush block we called Yamba 22 years ago, Mim, with her keen eye for property values, was dubious at first, but soon came to love it. We had many a barbecue over the years, and Mim would often go there just to commune with nature and enjoy a peaceful time away from the usual hurly-burly. Time now for our next interlude. We'll hear from Mim herself while in hospital a few weeks ago, reminiscing about the good times at Yamba, and we'll have our third set of photos.
So what would you say to Joe and Danny? Just to thank them for... What did you say about Joe and Danny?
Just to thank them for sharing Yamba with us.
Yeah.
And I thought he chose the name very well. You and me, bloody awesome.
Yeah. And all our special occasions out there. Remember the bun in the oven?
How could I forget that? That's what I had to highlight it in my head. The bun in the oven. The gathering sticks and picking blueberries and raspberries. And I remember I was picking raspberries one day and it had been raining. And I thought, what the heck is that on my hand? and it was the tiniest little frog.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
And just all the family things that we did out there. Yeah.
Oh, and the potteroos, I said, the potteroos, how cheeky they got, even to jumping into the eskies looking to see what they could pull out of the eskies.
Yeah.
And the wallabies coming over, but they were a bit shy. But they got to know us and came over.
Yeah.
But,
and what did you say about playing cards?
About?
Playing cards.
Yeah, playing crib, all those games of crib we had out there.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah, special. Yeah.
Yeah, and the way Joe worked so hard and built tracks for all of us, Tim's path and Isaac's path and Peter's patch.
I know, very special, isn't it? Yeah.
Let's have a light-hearted look at a couple of Mim's characteristics as displayed over the years. Mim was a great talker. She loved the chat. If I walked into the kitchen and found Joe on the phone to Mim, I knew I could amuse myself for at least the next half an hour. And Mim was not always noted for her punctuality. Sharon called it Griffiths time. If she was due to arrive at Yamba at 12 o'clock, we would expect her any time between 12:30 and 1:30. There was one such time she realised at 11:30 that she didn't have her usual cake to bring. So she set about making one and baking it. We know how much time baking a cake can take. Still, worth waiting for. It was, of course, delicious. All right, I exaggerate a bit, but you get the message. A word about Mim's hobbies, her artistry and community involvement. She took up painting and photography with enthusiasm and skill. She served as president and secretary of the Wynyard Camera Club and was a regular exhibitor, especially during the annual Wynyard show. Now I'd like to welcome Sharon back to read a poem, followed by Vicky's 3 grandchildren to read some of the messages that Mim had received when news of her illness had reached people far, far away. And while that's happening, if anybody else would like to come forward to say a few words, you'd be most welcome. Thanks, Sharon.
Thanks, Danny. So I called this poem Treasured Reminders, and we thought it was quite fitting to follow on after the photos of Yamba, a very special place to us. See you, Isaac. As we enjoy the stillness of Yamba, listening to the birds singing, our minds take us back to the times shared in this special place, many a birthday and giving. Aromas in the kitchen remind us of you, recipes handed down through the years, as we cook with love in our hearts and perhaps a sherry or two. Cheers. Your beautiful roses with colours and fragrances to adore. There's no doubt your treasured garden will continue to be shared with pride, that's for sure. And when we hear your favourite songs, we will do so with a smile and be so thankful we got to have you all this while. I can't finish without mentioning your love for your feline friends and find comfort in knowing those gone before will be welcoming you, purring no end. You live on in us, your family, passing on your wicked sense of fun. And your wish was not for sadness today. We hope we have honoured this for you. We love you, Mum. Okay, thank you. So these were just some messages that we received from Mum's friends, particularly during her time in hospital. So she did want us to share some of those. So do you want me to read the first one? Yep. So the first one was from a good friend of Mum and Dad's, Tish and Pete Kelly, from Tish. So about Miriam. This was her message to Mum. So it said, top organiser, top chef, top mum, tag supporter. And for those of you who don't know what tag means, that's Dad's nickname, and it's tight ass. Griffiths. Which he is. Animal rescuer, top rose grower, top photographer and artist, plus many more of your wonderful achievements, including rhubarb winemaker, Irish coffee maker. It's so good it makes certain people lick the glass clean and beg for more after that.
Message from, but they're here, which is lovely. Anne and Kevin Hope. Some great time shared at Kingsley Avenue, such as the times that we put the Hookway sign, for sale sign, on your front lawn overnight. Only special people like you could see the funny side. So message from Rosemary and Peter from Sisters Beach. Miriam, such a dear and loving mother, so proud of you. We miss her dearly and her loyal and loving support and sense of humour.
Yep. Where did you get up to? Karen's. So this is a message from Karen Robinson. And we're saying their names just in case they are live streaming in. Hello. A candle lit for you, dear Mim, a fight fought with amazing spirit, with memories of lots of fun and laughs over 15 years of friendship. And one from Kathy Atkinson. We didn't get your approval for this, sorry. You are always and will be so special. You are truly a beautiful, special family person in our lives now and forever. Thank you for being Mim. Oh, so special and loved. And from a message from Anne King, who's their next door neighbour. What a brave, inspirational woman you are, Miriam. Such a special lady. And one more. Did you want to?
Yeah. So this one's from Jenny and Peter Bird in Queensland. Mim was a very vivacious, loving person who was always a great deal of mirth. I should have read this beforehand. She had a great sense of humour and loved a joke. We had many great times together with Mim and Pete. One trip I remember, we stayed up at Cradle Mountain a night. There was a fair bit of possum that night. Jenny and Peter always visited Mim and Pete on various trips to Tassie. They came to stay with us at Laley when Jenny had her art exhibition, which was much appreciated and great to have that time together. You were blessed with a wonderful wife and mother. Memories abide forever. Yeah. Thank you.
We've heard how Mim loved to laugh. She managed, despite all the difficulties, to keep her sense of humour until the end. Sharon found on Mim's phone a message she had sent to old friends in Queensland, Peter and Jenny Bird. It was sent when she was in hospital. It reads, "Have a funny story to tell you. A nurse, whom I shared many jokes with, came in to say she was off for a 4-week break and to say goodbye. Well, she squatted beside the bed and her uniform pants split down the back. I asked her if she'd really done that. She bent over and showed me. We both cracked up and she called me the Joker. And I said, well, you upstaged me. Only weeks before her death, and gravely ill, Mim hadn't lost her touch. At a family gathering, Mim mentioned a particular nurse to a youngish palliative care doctor. The doctor asked, is she pretty? Quick as a flash, Mim's answer, she's too old for you. Well, so many stories and so little time. Everyone is welcome after this service to enjoy refreshments and a good time with more reminiscing at the Griffiths family home at 78 Walker Street, Wynyard. Now, I'd like to welcome people to come forward, take a flower from Mim's garden and place it on the coffin. And if you like, to also take a pen that's provided and write a message, or just sign your name as a farewell gesture. We'll also have the final set of photos and a song which Mim deliberately chose as a statement, one which sums up her attitude to life very well indeed. You'll recognise it when you hear it. And after that, we'll come to the last part of the service. So if people would like to come forward and take a flower to pass it, put on the coffin.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall, and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my Yes, it was my way.
One last and sure to be lasting memory from the hospital. Within hours of the end, Peter, visiting with Jo, not wishing to tire Mim further when she was fading fast, said, "We'd better be going now." Clear as a bell, from the bed, came the voice of the daughter of the Miley and Atkinson clans. "You can go when I tell you." Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the formal end of what we hope has been an informal gathering, the Committal. I know it's the hardest part, but we will come out the other side with our hearts intact. Miriam, Mim, Mum, Mama, what a wonderful life you have lived, and what an impact you have made on others. At the end of your time among us, you've left behind so many warm memories and a beautiful legacy of love for your families and friends. We commit you now to memory land, to the land of memories where the family and friends can wander at will and can relive the days gone by with love, delight and laughter. It has been said that a person has not truly gone until all memory of the life has disappeared. For such a unique and vibrant character as Miriam Griffiths, that will be a long, long time. Thank you.
Oh, jeebus, creepers, where'd you get those creepers? Jeebus, creepers, where'd you get those eyes? Oh, gosh, I'll get 'em. I'd get so lit up. Gosh, I'll get 'em. I'd get that size. Oh, golly gee, when you turn the heaters on, woe is me. Got to put my cheaters on. A jeebus, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Oh, those weepers, had to get my ties. Oh, where'd you get those eyes? Oh, jeebus, creepers, where'd you get those peepers, boy? Jeebus, creepers, where'd you get those eyes? Guys, all get up. I did get so lit up. Gosh, all get 'em, boy. I'd get that size. Golly gee, oh, when you turn those heaters on, woe is me. Got to put my cheaters on. Jeebus, creepers, where'd you get those people, boy? Oh, those weepers, how they hypnotize, yes. Where'd you get those eyes?